Don't forget, click the like and subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when all new content comes out. Click like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Hi there, reading buddies. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be reading a book from the collection called The Hive. And this one is Buzzbee the Magician. Have you read any of the books from The Hive? Me neither. Well, let's read our first one together, okay? Let's get started. Buzzbee the Magician by Gosset and Dunlap. Look what I found, Buzzbee, said Papa excitedly. It's a hat, Buzzbee said with a shrug. It's not just any old hat, said Papa Bee. It's my magic hat. Look, there's nothing in it, see? Buzzbee nodded. Papa Bee waved his hand over the hat and then reached inside. Ta-da! He pulled out a wand and held it in his hand. Whoa! Said Buzzbee, his eyes wide. How did you do that? Papa Bee waved the wand and said in a deep voice, Abracadabra. He reached into the hat again, and this time he pulled out a bunch of flowers. It really is magic, cried Buzzbee, buzzing over to Papa Bee. Let me try. It takes time to get it right, Buzzbee, Papa Bee warned him. I'm sure I can do it, Buzzbee replied. I'm going to practice in my room. Ladies and gentlemen and teddy bees, Buzzbee announced, here comes some magic. He swirled the wand over the hat. Abracadabra! Buzzbee peeked into the hat and frowned. It was empty. He closed his eyes and tried again. Abracadabra! The hat was still empty. This time, Buzzbee tried in his best deep magician's voice. Abracadabra! He boomed. That didn't work either. Buzzbee couldn't figure out what he was doing wrong. Buzzbee went back to Papa Bee. I don't think I'm very magic, he said sadly. Papa Bee smiled. You don't have to be magic, Buzzbee. He took the hat and pointed inside. See the button there? It's a secret door. You can hide things behind it. When you pull things out of the hat, it looks like you're making them appear out of nowhere. Oh, let me try, Buzzbee exclaimed. He hid Teddy Bee in the hat and waved the wand. Abracadabra. And ta-da! Teddy Bee magically appeared. Papa clapped. Perfect, Buzzbee. I'm a magician, cried Buzzbee. I'm going to put on a magic show for my friends. That afternoon, Buzzbee performed for Jasper, Barnaby, and Baby. He showed them the inside of the empty hat. Then he waved his wand and said, Abracadabra in his deep magician voice. Abracadabra! Ta-da! He announced, pulling Teddy Bee out of the hat. Baby bounced around excitedly. Buzzbee put Teddy Bee back into the hat and waved his wand again. Abracadabra, he said, and Teddy Bee disappeared behind the secret door. Wow! Jasper exclaimed. You really are magic. Barnaby marveled. Suddenly, Rubee's bedroom door opened. "Oh," Rubee said, "you've got Papa's magic hat. Have you shown them the secret door inside?" She tipped the hat upside down and Teddy B tumbled out. "Rubee!" Buzzbee yelled. "So you're not magic after all, Buzzbee," said Barnaby. Rubee looked at the floor. "Oops. I'm sorry, Buzzbee. I didn't mean to give away your trick." "You spoiled everything, Rubee," Buzzbee shouted. "I wish you would disappear." And he angrily buzzed off to his room. Barnaby followed Buzzbee to his room. "Are you okay, Buzzbee?" Barnaby asked. "No," Buzzbee replied. "Rubee ruined my show." "I don't think she meant to," Barnaby said. "Rubee was just being a big sister. Big sisters like to explain everything." Buzzbee thought about that for a minute. "Maybe you're right," he said, sighing. "I'd better say I'm sorry for shouting." Buzzbee and Barnaby went to find Rubee in her room, but she wasn't there. Then they looked in the living room, but she wasn't there either. Finally, Buzzbee went to the playground. "Rubee!" he called, but he couldn't find her anywhere. "It's like she disappeared," Buzzbee said to himself. Then he gasped, "Oh no! I've made Rubee disappear." Buzzbee rushed back to his room to get the magic hat. "I've got to magic her back," he said. He tried and tried to bring his sister back, but the wand and his special abracadabra didn't work. "What if I never see her again?" he moaned. Buzzbee didn't know what to do. He decided to go to Papa B and ask for help. "I've done a bad thing, Papa. I've made Rubee disappear." Papa B chuckled. "That's impossible, Buzzbee." "Then where is she?" Buzzbee cried. A moment later, Barnaby flew in. "Found her," he announced as Rubee buzzed into the room behind him. "Rubee!" Buzzbee said with a big smile. He buzzed happily around his sister. "I'm sorry I shouted at you," he said. "Where did you go?" "To Ant Hill's store," replied Rubee. "I brought you a present to say I'm sorry for ruining your trick." Buzzbee looked at his present. "What is it?" "It's a new magic trick. You can show your friends," Rubee said. Later that day, Buzzbee and Rubee put on a magic show. "Abracadabra! In this magic box, we have our little sister, Baby," Buzzbee announced. He waved the wand around in a circle. "Abracadabra!" Buzzbee and Rubee said together. Then they opened the box. Ta-da! Baby was in 2 pieces. The audience cheered and clapped. "Wow!" Jasper exclaimed. Barnaby looked closely at the little feet poking out of the box. "I've never noticed how much Baby's feet looked like Teddy B's feet," he said. "Would our clever magician and their friends like some honey cake?" Mama Bee asked. "Yum!" Buzzbee said excitedly. "For our next trick, we will make it disappear." Did you enjoy our story of Buzzbee the Magician? I did. What do you think? Should we read more books from this collection? I think so too. Well, until next time, see you later, reading buddies. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.